Hey Moon Magic Super Souls, welcome to today's readings. I am mega excited to be sharing some extra stuff with you in this video as well. But first of all, welcome back if you're returning, welcome if you're new. We're asking today about the Neptune conjunction with Saturn and this incredible quantum leap. So we're asking about your quantum leap in these readings. We have three beautiful cards, three beautiful crystals to choose from. However, at the end of the readings, we also have within this video part of a video presentation that my amazing sister Jocelyn, who is a really good astrologer, recorded about this conjunction between Saturn and Neptune and the implications of it. It's a really amazing talk. I have been able to use part of it in collaboration with these readings. And for any of you who are on Patreon and in my YouTube members area, which is where I put all my extended readings for my all zodiac sign readings, which by the way are going live today as well on my other channel. I'll put all the links to everything below so you can find everything you might need. But I am putting the full presentation with a very special set of readings over on Patreon and in the YouTube members area as well. So if you want to catch the full presentation, please do. And if you are interested in Jocelynn's work, or you want to potentially touch base and see if she has any space for personal readings, then I will put a link to her website below as well. She is an amazing astrologer. So let me show you these cards and I will move into the readings, and then I will put, a big chunk of that presentation at the end so you can really get a feel of what this is about astrologically. So Wood Rabbit. This is for pile 1. Follow your curiosity. Wood Rabbit is sitting with Angelite. This is the crystal Angelite. It's a beautiful piece. So that is for pile 1. Pile 2, interestingly, we have another rabbit, Fire Rabbit. Welcome the Muse, and we have an amazing piece of raw carnelian. So this is your card, pile 2. This is your crystal. So that is pile 2. Pile 3, you have water sheep. Wait and listen. This is water sheep. And you have green calcite, which is actually known as a memory stone. And if that's relevant to this, I will tell you more about it when we are in the readings. So this is a piece of green calcite. Amazing, amazing energy, amazing crystal. Okay, so these are our cards, our crystals for today. I am going to leave the video running for a few moments longer just to give you that little bit of extra time if you want it. You can always press the pause button if you need even more time. And I will see you in the readings in just a moment. And do please check out the presentation from Jocelyn as well. It really is amazing, and it will give you so much insight into the energy and what is happening and what we can expect. And it's like the higher vibrational set of possibilities that come from this Neptune conjunct Saturn collaboration. And in our readings, we are looking at your quantum leap. Pile 1, welcome to your reading. Let's find out about your quantum leap. Now this is a beautiful card, Wood Rabbit. Follow your curiosity. It feels almost especially beautiful and especially enhanced by Angelite because this has such a gentle energy. And this is a real milestone, this card. But I'm going to draw the rest of your cards before I dive into your reading so we get a real flavour of what else is happening and a bit more information. So we have reflection, we have bittersweet. Okay, I'm seeing this one. Also seeing is actually that one there, and one more, it's this one. Okay, lots of cards coming from this pack, all really singing to you. You have impasse, you have miracle. Oh, this is actually really, really lovely. There's kind of quite a story going on here, which really tunes me into this energy that, in fact, Jocelyn speaks about in this presentation, about the kind of flow of energy as we transform through the incoming essence and energy of the astrology and the impact that the planets are having upon us. Now, I am also going to now draw your tarot cards and see what we have here. Look at that lovely piece of lavender just came out of the cards. I store my cards with sage and lavender. Oh, I can smell that lavender. Isn't that beautiful? How interesting. Don't normally get such a strong scent from one tiny little piece. I'm going to listen to that. One little piece creates a very strong transformation, a very strong essence. One little thing. I almost feel like this might be like a bit like dominoes, or a bit like one little piece of a jigsaw puzzle. If you put that jigsaw puzzle down, that's your starting point. And all the other pieces can then fit. But you have to have a starting point. One little thing has massive power. That is what's coming through here. It's like follow your curiosity, taking one step, initiating one thing, and it's like everything else follows, and the universe then follows through accordingly. I saw that as reflection, and it's rejection. How interesting that I didn't read that correctly. Bittersweet. Okay. A situation, something small, where you didn't quite read it right, or you didn't quite anticipate something correctly, creates a massive opening for you, a miracle, or a change of direction with impasse. We have the Ace of Cups, and we have the Devil. We have the Four of Cups, we have the Queen of Coins, we have the Lovers, we have the Fool, wow, okay, and we have Temperance. I am loving your cards, my beautiful pile one. Now, what I'm seeing here is an incredible blessing, like a really, really big blessing, literally like a miracle. But what is interesting is the blessing and the miracle have come from something that, where you read it wrongly or you didn't get it right. That like there's a milestone here, a turning point. Something actually literally it stops, it's blocked, it's closed, the door is closed. There was a pathway you were going on, continuing on, that absolutely, it's almost like a lifesaver. You know, the card of impasse has a beautiful story attached to it. This giant, I believe he is actually, this giant stands in the way of someone going forwards, and they just don't get it. They're like, why are you standing in the way? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing something that kind of hurts me? We've got bittersweet, we've got rejection. Why aren't you letting me go the way I want to go? And it turns out that if this amazing giant had not stopped them, so they had to take a different route, if he hadn't stopped them, you know, basically just a little way along, there was going to be a massive landslide, which he had the spiritual intuition to be aware of. If he hadn't blocked the way for them, actually, they would have been killed in the landslide. They would have been absolutely consumed in it. That was the timing of this. So it's a miracle that something is, you might experience it as a rejection, or feel that something is being pushed away, or someone blocks you, or someone says you can't have this, or I'm not going to let you continue. You know, whatever it is, hence the bittersweet energy. But you know what? It's essential that that door closes. Absolutely essential, because something really not okay would have happened if you had continued on the road that you're continuing with. Now, my beautiful souls, this is your quantum leap. And in a way, there are lots of pieces of the jigsaw. A bit like I said, there's one little piece of the jigsaw. Once you recognise that first piece, once you have an awareness of that first piece of the jigsaw, which is that actually something has been closed down or blocked or stopped for your absolute highest good and your self-preservation, and it is a miracle. Once you know that and you have that piece of information, that's part of the quantum leap, then the landscape of your perception changes completely. And this is what Jocelyn speaks about in this presentation. You know, she talks about, you know, the energy of Neptune. And she says, you know, when you are above the water line, and you think you see clearly, you know, when you go below the water, it can all feel a bit foggy and it's like a whole new world. But it's a space of discovery where there is depth, there is, you know, almost like illumination. Luminosity is a word that's coming through here. You see things differently. Initially, we are in unknown territory as we navigate this phenomenal transition that is indicated by the Neptune and Saturn conjunction. Structures, things that we thought could be done or should be done in a particular way, are being literally broken down and dissolved, so we see them differently. Now, we have the devil here, which is, in this instance, I think truly about cutting cords to something, a pathway that you would have gone down. I also think you could have some difficult feelings towards somebody who stops you or blocks you or rejects you or says no. But my goodness me, this is a godsend. Hence the quantum leap. It may have felt very, very difficult, particularly as Saturn was in the 29 degrees of Pisces, where things are breaking down. It's what we call the anaretic degree. You are being asked to recognize that something that you could feel as a rejection, I mean, even in the Four of Cups, look, here we have this beautiful sort of spirit offering something to this person, and he can't see it. He can't see it. Something he wanted has been blocked. Something he desired. The devil can be a connection to desire. Something he desired has been blocked. But it's been blocked with purpose. The Ace of Cups here. It's been blocked by the universe bringing, this is loving guidance. Absolutely, this is the blessing. I feel you're being blessed with an opening, but I think it's an opening that you can't yet see. I'll draw more cards in a moment, but look at the opening we have with the Fool. The Queen of Coins. She has a beautiful energy of earthiness, groundedness. Your reading is really saying your quantum leap is arriving. I mean, it could be one part of many aspects of a quantum leap, to be fair, but your quantum leap is arriving through something, as I said, that's been blocked or hasn't worked or whatever it is. I'm not going to dive into that because that's kind of history. What's important is where this is taking you. Get still and get centered. I feel like you need to regroup. The Queen of Coins has a wonderfully earthy energy. This is the coins, this is the pentacles. She's earthy, she's grounded. Sometimes the Queen of Coins is presented in a more traditional pack as somebody who is pregnant. You're currently in what I would call a gestation period, like a pregnancy, a pregnant pause. Something has or is being blocked and concluded because it needs to. And now there is this pregnant pause where something new is to emerge, and it is new because you've got the Fool. And the Fool is like taking a risk, launching into the unknown. With the dog looking here or looking on here, there's loyalty here. The Lovers is in principle, primarily it's a card of choice. Yes, it speaks about love, but it's choices in love. It's choices from the heart. It's also maturity of choices. Do you choose in the traditional sort of Greek mythology and Greek symbolism that goes with this card? It's about a young man making a choice between three beautiful women, but one of them is wise. One of them is just young and beautiful, and I can't remember what the other one is, but they're like three stages, ages and stages of development. Where will he choose? Who will he choose? Will he choose wisely, or will he choose on the basis of something that feels superficial? I think you will have an opportunity to choose something of far greater depth, loyalty, value to you. Now, right now, your reading is saying keep going. Even if you can't yet see what this is leading to, the quantum leap, follow your curiosity, talks about kind of like one step at a time. I'm now going to read to you from this book. It's a really, really beautiful card to read about. Where are we? 57. Oh look, you can see I tune in and read these books when I get the cards. And it's starting to fall apart already, dear oh dear. Right, 52, Wood Rabbit. Follow your curiosity. The Wood Rabbit, as a double yin wood card, emphasizes the importance of seeing the world from a broader perspective in one's self-development. So, something's happened and it's one piece of a jigsaw puzzle, but there's a bigger picture. But you've got to put that one piece down first to begin to connect up. It's like joining up the dots. The rabbit is a yin wood sign that appears in March, the height of spring, a vibrant time of equal yin and yang, with flowers in full bloom and butterflies emerging from their cocoons. Wood is the element of compassion and community, but yin wood is the softer, gentler and more refined wood compared to yang wood. Like a flower, yin wood's flexibility is the source of her strength. This card invites you to keep expanding your world and never stop learning. It's okay to start small. You may be the only one who keeps track of your own progress, but each step you take leads to bigger dreams and possibilities. Just like flowers taking their time growing, we hardly notice the growth process, but one day they just bloom and take our breath away. In a relationship, give each other room to move so you can both grow and evolve. The Wood Rabbit indicates a milestone in your personal growth. It is now time to work on your vision for the new cycle ahead. Follow your curiosity and get out of your comfort zone, even if it's only one small step at a time. Allow yourself to explore this wonderful world in all its colours and beauty. Travel, read, study and listen. Get inspired. Feed your mind and feast your eyes. The larger your sphere, the more opportunities will be available to you. So one step at a time. I think that whatever closed, or it was even protecting you, there could even have been a road you were going down genuinely that would have put you in danger. So you have been protected, and there is the blessing of a miracle, and it is a blessing. And the May with Temperance, because this is all about balance and flow, But we see these 2 pots of water. There may even be 2 blessings that come to you. The choice here for some of you, the rejection could have been relationship. It could be the closing of a relationship, in which case I'm so sorry if it's felt difficult. But whatever the closing is, it was so needed. Let's draw some more cards, just to sort of see step by step, in terms of perseverance, where you're going with this. You know, what's going to unfold for you, my beautiful pile 1, in this quantum journey. So we have the 8 of Cups. I see you firmly walking away from something that would not have worked for you. And look at that. You re-find hope. You have the Star. This is a new pathway. It's like following your North Star. We have the 5 of Swords. So there is learning here. You know, it's interesting. I think this would have been a sort of, I said, a difficult choice for you to make. But you know, ultimately, you're going to reach a point when you are very grateful, and I think relatively soon, unbelievably grateful that this happened. If anything, I actually think with the 5 of Swords that something may emerge. You know, it would be like if you stayed in, I don't know, a job or a relationship or a situation, whatever it might be, and then something goes really badly wrong and you think, do you know, I am so grateful I wasn't still connected to that person, to that situation. Yeah, I think something will emerge or be seen that makes you unbelievably grateful that you left it behind, even though curiously it wouldn't necessarily have been your choice to leave it behind. Okay, 2 more cards. Yep, we have the 3 of Swords. But wow, look at that, the 2 of Cups. Isn't that just delightful? Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? You've got the 3 of of Swords, which is all about the healing of a broken heart. It's the ending of a connection or a relationship. For many of you, this does connect you to a person, but it won't be for everyone. But for some of you, it is the end of a relationship. But, you know, it could be your relationship, because it's a general reading, I must just acknowledge it could be a relationship with you know, a circumstance. It could be a lover, it could be a partner, but it could be a boss, it could be a colleague, it could be a friend. I do think largely it is a connection to someone. But actually, it's because it ended that you then find the right person, the right union, the right, you know, the right job, the right project, the right whatever it is. You then find the right one. And this could not have happened. This union with real loyalty and connection could not have happened. This equal partnership, this fair and equal connection could not have happened if this had not been stopped. So your quantum leap in this moment, and this may not be the only reading I do around this, because Saturn is going to be doing a bit of a dance. Neptune is now in Aries, but Saturn's going to be doing a bit of a dance. Saturn has moved forwards. I think I'm right about that. I need to double check. Jocelyn would know. I'd need to double check that you know. But Saturn most definitely will be moving back into Pisces and then back into Aries again at the beginning of 2026. So we have a bit of a dance where we might revisit things, or the energy. It doesn't mean you'll be revisiting this, but this is your quantum leap now. And actually, when we get to those other big shifts, I will be doing readings around these things to keep you posted and to give you as much support and guidance as I can. Pile 1, this is your reading. Beautiful souls, don't forget to check out and listen to Jocelynn's presentation. It's amazing. Don't forget to check out your all zodiac sign readings. You can check out your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign. If you have any number of planets in a particular sign, you can check out the reading for that sign. Those readings are on my other YouTube channel and the link is below. Don't forget to check out my tarot course, which is on a significant discount right now. If you're interested in learning to read, do check that page out, that link. There's loads of information so you'll know exactly what the course is about. Important for anything like that you make the right choice for you. And likewise, yes, if you want to tune in with the full presentation for Jocelyn, and also access all of the extended readings for all zodiac signs, they are all on Patreon and in the YouTube members area. And the full presentation with Jocelyn and the additional readings, I will be doing those later today or tomorrow. So please bear in mind, if you're watching this literally as I upload it, then they may well not be live yet. You might have to wait till tomorrow, but they will be in that in the members area, the Patreon and the YouTube members area very, very soon. So beautiful souls, tons of love. Thank you for subscribing, for liking, for sharing, for being a part of this amazing community. Tons of love as we navigate into it's a new earth, it's a new humanity. Tons of love, my beautiful souls. Pile 2, welcome to your reading. What is your quantum leap at this moment in time? Let me just make sure that is actually focusing correctly for you. How interesting. Maybe you're needing to find focus. I feel like the camera is struggling to focus. How fascinating. Let's draw your cards and see what we are shown before we say any more. I am saying this and this and this. I think all of these actually for you. Let's look at these and then we'll draw your tarot cards. We have renewal, we have self-worth, we have discovery. Look at this and the way you are being lit up here. We have isolation and expansion, and we have instinct. Well, how beautifully these cards fit for you. How very, very interesting. Right. Welcome the Muse. Now, Fire Rabbit, your significator card. This is about inspiration. And it's interesting because it kind of says if you are not sure what the next step is, get still, go out into nature, and inspiration will come to you. You'll discover it. Excuse me. I feel that your quantum leap right now, in a personal way, I'm going to see how this unfolds as well. In a personal way, your quantum leap is kind of almost to learn to absolutely trust in your gut feeling, your instinct, learn to get still and to literally be shown how to move forwards. It's almost like learning to live with not knowing what's coming next, but inherently just trusting, knowing, believing that you are to be shown what is next and guided every step of the way. Let me just make sure that that is focused. I hope that that looks a little bit better. It's like, I feel like maybe you have pockets of time at the moment, and this would be very in alignment with the energy. If you listen to Jocelyn's presentation, you'll really get a flavour of how we can find ourselves moving into pockets of confusion and then pockets of clarity. But everything is about us developing our capacity to recognize that we are beings of light. We are made of energy, and we can shapeshift energy through the power of our mind, through the power of collective thought especially, but the power of the mind, also the power of emotion, the power of instinct, understanding how instinct and intuition speak through your emotions, for example, through your physical sensations. and being fully connected and available to receive that guidance. I think your quantum leap is literally a quantum leap right now in opening those channels of communication. Look at these first 3 cards. Each of them have like sort of radiance coming, well, 2 of them coming from above. This one we see somebody in a state of renewal, but completely interconnected energetically. Discovery, being shown. And look at that, from the heart, listening to your physical body, listening to where this is coming from. Now, it's interesting with the blue chakra here. This is the throat chakra. And we have isolation and expansion here. Now, the story that goes with this card is about someone who kind of, it's not exactly plays it small, but doesn't seize opportunities when they are offered. It's kind of like someone who's got this beautiful outfit here, this tuxedo, but the tuxedo remains in the wardrobe. He gets invitations, but there's always a reason not to go. There's always a reason why it's probably not the right time or the right moment. And this is about stepping out of your comfort zone. You see, I think opportunities are to be offered to you, to inspire you. There may even be something right in front of you now that inspires you, literally being shown to you, but you've got to believe you're worth it, and you need to also believe that this can lead to somewhere, or because there's a whole combination here of both self-belief and seizing the opportunities that are offered to you, or an opportunity. For some of you, it's very specifically an opportunity. You are illuminated here. Literally, you're being guided. You're being offered guidance. Now, if you're feeling any self-doubt or confusion, this reading is saying, try not to worry about that. Step into that space of trust. And trust that the way will be shown, each step of the way, that there really is something here, I think, that is being offered to you. It's like an opening, but it's something that will expand your horizons, even prove to you that your instinct is correct, that your gut feeling can be trusted. I mean, this is a magical reading, pile 2, because it's like you're being given the strength. This is what carnelian is about, the strength to get to the finish line, or to persevere, or to see something through. And this is sort of, this is not only giving you an opportunity, but within that opportunity, your senses are being enhanced, your capacity almost to channel information, to learn how your emotions, how your physical body, how your sensations, how the world around you speaks to you. How you can use those signs, those signals to know that you are being guided to move to the next step. Let's draw your tarot cards. Let's get more information. This is very fascinating. I feel there is a quantum leap available for you, not only in your own capacity to receive information and learn to trust and to believe in yourself, but also in real terms, I think there's an opportunity for you to expand. Let's see, I sort of feel they're all coming out from the same part of the pack here. How interesting. Also that one there. And that one. And that one. What is being shown? Right, okay, so we have the 7 of Wands. Look at the way he picks up the challenge. He picks up the challenge. We've got the 3 of Swords. We have the 7 of, no, it's not, it's the 6, sorry, my apologies, looking at Roman numerals, 6 of Pentacles. We have the Hanged Man. We have the 3 of Pentacles. We see a collaboration here. We see the 6 of Wands, which is a card of success. How fantastic. Interesting, we have the Hermit. sitting close to isolation. Gosh, there's loads of threes. We have the Three of Cups as well. What we also have as a final card, which is phenomenal, is the Sun. Okay. Let's put that there. Wow. I want to say don't play it safe here. I know it's difficult, isn't it, to not seize an opportunity or to grasp an opportunity if you are fearful or you're full of doubt. But this really is asking you to step up. So what is it that you are... It's asking you to step up. It's also asking you to surrender. And trust. With the Six of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles, we see a collaboration. Now the Six is a card of generosity. It's also very much balanced. It's giving and receiving. We also have the Three of Cups, which is also a card of celebration, of friendship, like finding your tribe, finding your besties, people you can love. Yeah, okay. With the isolation and the Hermit as well, I actually think the opportunity that is being offered to you is actually, it's either a working alliance or it's a social alliance. Friendship, community. Yes, it could be family, but I actually feel it's far more likely. It's kind of like finding your tribe. Finding people who resonate with you. But if you don't seize an opportunity, then you miss it. You know, that it's like you're being shown a direction. It feels uncertain, it feels unknown, and yet your gut feeling sort of tells you that this might be something that's really, really exciting. And this is inviting you to go and discover. This is what I would call a divine union. I don't think it's referring to a personal relationship, but I think it's referring to people with whom you can resonate. I think it's referring to, like finding your tribe. It could be your spiritual family. It could be a team that you can work with. It could be best friends. But this is definitely moving to a collaboration with, and I do feel it's a group of people, even rather than a best friend. It's bigger than just that. What's really interesting is part of the quantum leap, and I'm now going back to Jocelyns, referring to Jocelyns' presentation, but I might be referring to a bit further along that's on the, the full version of it, which is sort of longer than I've put here today. But she did speak about Lynn McTaggart's books, The Field and the Intention Experiment, where, Lynn McTaggart is an investigative journalist, and she looked at the power of the collective mind. How when we meditate together with a focused thought, my goodness me, what can we achieve? It's phenomenal. And I think that's probably the latter part of Jocelyns' presentation. But nevertheless, the principle is here because I think there's empowerment here and self-value through becoming connected with a group of people who you can really, really collaborate with. I think you move from a place of isolation to a place of people you can absolutely gel with, work with, collaborate with, succeed with. Almost like I'm seeing in this Seven of Wands, almost like when you get a relay race. Well, a relay race is a team effort. You run one length and then you hand the baton to someone else and they run the next length and then they hand it over to someone who comes back and then hands it back to you. And there's a collaboration going on here. That is what I think is being offered to you. There's some kind of a connection or collaboration, and it is absolutely going to be resonant with who you are. It will expand your capacity to be in alignment with what it means to be an upgraded new human being. Look at the sun. Yes. To be in alignment with source, to be in the spotlight and yet be part of a team. This is absolutely, you can expand, but you move from operating in the singular, or feeling isolated, or feeling like you'll never meet or connect with the right people or person or whatever. But this, I don't think this is a love reading. It is about more of a community, group, team, besties. That's what we're talking about here. And it's so successful. But you are successful because you work together. You might be a mentor for these people, but equally they will mentor you. You know, you may help to show them and open things up for them, show them, give them insights and wisdom, help them to discover things, and likewise they will help you to discover things. I think that's what your quantum leap is about. I think that's what the real opportunity is about for you, my beautiful pile 2. Your quantum leap is embracing it. It's saying yes to it. It's getting still and being open enough to see this opportunity. It's not letting it pass you by, rather than it being a fleeting moment of, oh, that might be nice, but, you know, probably won't work, or can't really do it, too busy at the moment, or whatever. There's something that is being illuminated for you, and it will give you, it will be inspirational, and you will be inspirational within it as well. And so there's something real as well that is available as part of that quantum leap. But the joyous element of it in a personal way as well, at a level of soul, is that it removes you from a place of self-doubt and takes you into a space of profound expansiveness, where you learn to really trust, to be inspired and trust that inspiration, and to integrate those emotional feelings, you know, that inspiration, that excitement, that joy, and know that they are part of your guidance system. This is just magic. This just feels like such a major opening and opportunity. Pile 2, beautiful souls. On this note, do please check out, don't forget to check out Jocelynn's talk at the end of these readings. I really do think hopefully that might inspire some of you. Also, I'll put links below for anyone that's interested in just finding out, you know, what her availability, if you're interested in having an astrological reading or anything like that. My all zodiac sign readings are now available on my other YouTube channel, so do check those out. You know, if you're wanting that monthly guidance, you can check out your sun, your moon, your rising sign, or if you know of any number of planets in a particular sign. The full talk that Jocelyn has done is on Patreon with some other readings. If you literally watch this and then go onto Patreon or in the YouTube membership area, which is where they are, with all the extended readings for the all zodiac signs. I put everything there and you have access to all of them. But if you are wanting to watch that, if you go straight after this reading and for some reason it's not there, it just means I am still uploading it, because I have a busy day uploading and getting live all of the all zodiac readings today, and this as well. So just, you know, watch this space. But hopefully at the time of you watching this, the full talk from Jocelyn will be available with extra readings on Patreon and in the YouTube members area. I will put all the links to absolutely everything, including my other YouTube channel and my tarot course, which at the moment is at a massively reduced rate for a short period of time. There's some very specific reasons for that. It's part of the opening that is, I've been shown, is available, so it's a window of opportunity. If that's a part of your discovery and finding the right tribe, and the right people to resonate with, then do jump on board. We would love to see you there. So my beautiful pile 2, tons of love. Sorry, that's an awful lot to sort of cram in on the end of the reading, but tons of love. Thank you for being here. Thank you for subscribing and liking and sharing and all the things you do that support the channel. Tons of love and just every blessing in your quantum leap, pile 2. Pile 3, welcome to your reading. What is your quantum leap? I love the way that card is just like really saying hello. Okay, yes. What is happening for my pile 3s? What is your quantum leap? What information can we gather for you? Now, water sheep, wait and listen, renewal, soulmate, service, confusion, trickery, and forgiveness. Wow. Right, let me move your cards along so we can see absolutely everything. And in a moment, I will draw your tarot cards as well. I think that's pretty much in. I hope so. Let me see if I can add a little bit of light to that. A little bit of focus. Hopefully that's good. Okay. You are literally almost in alignment with the astrology. You are bang in the middle, my pile 3s, of like an awakening. Now, this is actually leading you to your service. It's leading you to your calling. It's leading you to why you are here, for this monumental quantum leap into the new humanity. You have a role to play. With soulmate as well, I actually think you have not only a role to play, but you have a role to play with someone. Now, soulmates come in many different shapes and sizes. We often think of a soulmate as a love interest, but a soulmate really is anyone who's come here to help you on your soul's journey of evolution. Sometimes they could even be someone that's a little bit dodgy, but they're helping you to grow. It doesn't feel great, but nevertheless, there's purpose here. We'll get to the bottom of this. We'll understand it in a moment. But right now, you are literally in a space where you are sitting at this turning point. It's a bit like in Jocelyns presentation, where she sort of describes, Saturn and indeed Neptune, but Saturn right now just crossing the Earth's axis. And this is the point of endings and new beginnings. It's like sitting on that line. You're on that line in terms of your own personal evolution, right here, right now. Your third eye is being opened, your consciousness is being opened, and in massive leaps and bounds. What I see in service in this card is both your own connection to your calling and to your service. What I also see is your capacity for some of you to open channels to communicate with those on the other side. Part of your calling, literally for some of you, you could be, like a soul midwife, helping people to exit, to move through to the other side. That will only be for, a small number of you. It won't be for all of you who are reading this. But there are, I think part of your soul's evolution is to assist people for the next part of your service, is literally to enable people to move from confusion to clarity, from a lack of awareness to awareness, from a space where they kind of almost don't know quite what's real to a place where they see the truth of things. And by the truth of things, I don't mean the construct that we've all been living through of the humanity of the last few hundred years, few thousand years, but moving to a new consciousness, a new awareness. So that's part of your quantum leap. You are literally in this point of turn. Now, what that actually means for you is that I think there are times when you feel pretty wiped out, because remember, literally at a cellular level, you are changing. You know, waves of energy are coming in that are impacting all of us. It's a global transformation, but you are almost certainly going to get pockets of time when you feel exhausted, wiped out, kind of confused, not quite sure what's real and what isn't, really in need of nurture sometimes. The story that comes with this card is absolutely delightful. In fact, I'm actually going to read it to you, I think. Let me find it for you here. Forgiveness. Here we go. Right. Rhonda Rhino from Amethyst. And this is the legend, the story. In the town of Amethyst lives Rhonda Rhino. She doesn't take her mother's drinking problem personally, but she dreams of becoming a beloved family pet. One day, gunfire rings out. Rhinos scatter and a small human child is caught up in the chaos. Rhonda picks him up and runs to safety. Humans discover the pair curled up asleep under a tree and they shoot Rhonda with a sleeping dart. When she awakens, she is in a garden with the little boy and his family, Rhonda's new family. Rhonda's true essence lies not in harbouring resentment. She transcends forgiveness because her focus is on her intention, not on her pain. The personal inquiry of this card says, this may be a time of family healing. Can I forgive myself for loving people who have hurt me? It's also key ideas of wishes fulfilled, holding on to dreams, to do with belonging, self-forgiveness as well, and fulfillment. Now, it's the story that I wanted to really tune in with here, because you are literally at this point of turn. I do think historically you've possibly had experience, possibly even relatively recently, where it's felt as though maybe you had the wool pulled over your eyes, or you've questioned your own perception even. You know, am I seeing it clearly? Is what I'm seeing real or not? This is part of the anaretic degree, where both Neptune and Saturn have sat within the 29th degree of Pisces. This is this space of sort of almost dissolving, of meltdown. And I think you are still formulating, consolidating your full connection to your full awareness, that space of the new, finding the new home, finding the new place where you belong. Some of you may even have moved or begun something new, and you're still in that space of kind of confusion or kind of uncertainty, where you haven't quite put down roots yet. You haven't quite bedded in. You still don't quite know where you fit or how you fit. You're literally in a space of transition. But this transition is your quantum leap at this moment in time. Now, the water sheep card is very much about being gentle. It's lovely. It's got very similar resonance to the forgiveness card. Being gentle with yourself. Get still. Be kind. If you feel wibbly wobbly, get yourself anchored. Go outside. Connect with nature. Have your daily meditation practice. Really maintain it well. Really, really honour your service. The bigger picture, the higher picture. Trust you'll be guided. I'm going to draw your tarot cards. I feel I want a lot more information here. The memory stone. You see, I really felt this very strongly for this reading, this part for you, pile 3. This memory stone reminds us of where we've come from. This is like reminding you of who you are. In a way, and Jocelyn speaks about this a little bit in her presentation. And she and I have spoken about it, and we'll probably have more conversations and do more. I think she's planning on doing quite a lot of presentation work, and hopefully she will gift us and share this with us. I'm sure she will, bless her. But we're in a really interesting place where we are both remembering knowledge and information and wisdom that our ancestors a long, long time ago knew and held sacred. The knowledge of the earth. You know, the knowledge of energy, of being interconnected. You know, tribal traditions, you know, are the only areas where I think that knowledge is still held. You know, Native American peoples, the Aboriginals, you know, these are people who still have that knowledge and that wisdom and that connection. It's been passed down through word of mouth. And in many ways, because those peoples have been oppressed, that knowledge has been kept pure because it was kept underground by necessity. Now that knowledge is coming into the wider domain of humanity. And so we are all being given this opportunity to upgrade and literally remember where we came from, who we are. So that's kind of part of what you're going through. But I feel in a very real situation around you, you're going through this mammoth awakening, which I get the impression you are enjoying. I think you have an awareness of it. But you're also having moments of significant wobble, and I think something in your world is genuinely physically transitioning. As I said, some of you have relocated or started something new. And I don't think you've bedded in yet. So there's a lot of sort of, is this right? Can I trust it? What's real? Lots of that going on around you. Wait and listen. Take your time. Don't be rushing with anything at the moment. May we kindly have further information, advice and guidance for my beautiful pile threes, please. Okay. I'm seeing this one as well. What do we have here? We have, look at that beautiful energy. We have the Four of Swords. Get still and meditate. I love that this Four of Swords, she lies at peace in a coffin. This is the transition. You are literally laying almost who you were to rest. You'll still be you, but you'll be so much more. You'll be, I remember actually saying to somebody when I started my very first counselling training, and my counselling training was really rigorous. I mean, you weren't ever going to come out of it at the end after 3-4 years of training, well, 6 years to become fully sort of accredited. You were never going to be the same person, and yet you were. I remember saying to somebody, I'm the same, but I'm completely different. And this is what I feel we are seeing here. We have the Hierophant, which is you moving into a space of, it's like a different realm of awareness, a higher level of connection, but being fully committed to it. What I see from this is you are genuinely, absolutely fully committed to your pathway, to your soul, your current soul, the point you should be on your current soul plan journey. That's where you are. And I see success. So this is happening. This is magic. But then we have the card that indicates confusion, which is the Nine of Swords, followed by the Nine of Cups, followed by the Seven of Swords, followed by the Six of Cups, followed by Strength, and then we have your final card, this is lovely, the Three of Wands, which is looking ahead. It's the new future, the new dawn, the dawning of a new age, and you looking ahead to your place in it, finding your place in it. Get still, meditate. What I see here is that there is a current situation around you. Now, for some of you, you have genuinely stepped out of your comfort zone, and fair play to you, because this is what these quantum leaps are about. However we look at it, something has been going on around you where you've been called to shift, to move, to step up. And fair play to you, you have. Way to go. Pile 3, you are absolutely awesome. However, you are also experiencing a bit of a swing between, a bit of a swing of a yo-yo. Almost like at the beginning of the presentation, Jocelyn says, it's like she talks about being above the water where you can be immersed in something and yet see clearly. And yet when you go below the water, it's like a whole other world. You're in the depths. You're looking through a different lens. You open your eyes and everything's a bit misty. Could even feel a bit murky. You don't quite know if you're seeing straight. I feel like you swing from being above the water to below the water. I think she used another example as well. I'm trying to think what it was. It'll come to mind probably when I finish the reading. But anyway, she used another lovely example. That was it. It was like swimming with armbands on, or it could have been something like sailing a yacht or something. But, you know, it's like that difference between really feeling like you know what you're doing and you know you're on track, to thinking, what am I doing? How the hell did I get to here? What's going on? Am I on track, or have I done completely the wrong thing? Or, you know, I'm seeing you swinging from these two sort of states. You're getting there, is what I want to say. What I am seeing is every time you sort of swing a little bit, maybe you move into a little bit of confusion, you then move on from that to a place of greater clarity, because you get still, you're shown something, because you wait and you listen. You get still, you curl up, you wait, you know, and suddenly it all becomes clear. You realise you're in the right place. You're in the right place that you need to be on your soul's journey of evolution right now, and you're shown it. You suddenly realise, you see, I think there's a big shifting of perspectives. Each time something happens, or you worry, or something comes along, I feel you are gradually each time consolidating your clarity of what is right and what isn't. And it's almost as though you recognise the gift in everything, even though you might feel completely out at sea sometimes. That saying comes to mind: when in deep water, become a diver. I feel like every time you suddenly dive into the depths and think, what am I doing? Is this real? Where do I go? What do I do next? If you get still and listen, open yourself to receive, listen to your emotions as well. Just wait and wait, literally wait. You'll be shown how this fits, and how the current situation is another step on your evolution. And you are growing, and you will be growing strength. You are going to go from strength to strength. But there is an actual situation around you that you are currently in that sort of swings you in and out of this sort of place of a little bit of murkiness, a little bit of maybe even historical patterns of confusion. You know, what's real, what isn't, what's the right choice, what's the wrong choice. Never feel pressured to move. When in doubt, get still. You know, a native one of those sort of shamanic ways of looking at things, which connects to the 4 directions, is if you're not sure about something, then get still, wait for 4 minutes and listen. If you're still not sure, wait for 4 hours and listen. Meditate, listen. Love the magic number 4 here showing up for us. If you are still not sure, get still and wait for 4 weeks or 4 days and then 4 weeks or whatever. You will, the timing will be right, and you will be gifted with whatever you need to see. You are going from strength to strength to strength, literally. You're rising in strength. You are on that pathway. You are meeting your soul's evolutionary pact, journey, contract at this moment in time. You are remembering who you are, and indeed why you came here now. Many of you may have been very, very gifted shamans in former lives, thousands of years ago, in previous lives, where you knew about memory, about the earth's energy, about the wisdom of the land, about how to activate energy. You lived in service. I feel some of you, this is sort of inherent in you, and this is like refinding this within the context of our current times. I'm going to draw some more cards to see what else we're shown. But this is your quantum leap. There's definitely something going on around you, though, that is swinging you from this sort of, I know where I'm going, I know I'm in the right place at the right time, to what am I doing here? Is this right? And just get still. Get still. You are on track. This is the biggest message of all, is you are on track. I'm going to ask how this pans out, because it's very real, I think, to you at the moment. May I inquire, pile 3, for pile 3, how does this pan out? What happens? Can we get information about how this evolves, how this circumstance emerges? Okay. Okay. I might actually do that. I'm just sort of contemplating with I'm going to do a different set of readings to go with Jocelynn's whole talk. Just contemplating whether to ask about how something literally unfolds. Anyway, I'll get to that when I get there. Let's focus on your reading. We have a really beautiful outcome. We have the 10 of Pentacles. That is gorgeous. So you're going to get the absolute best, most beautiful result, and it's followed by the Star. You will reach a point where you know with absolute certainty that you are on track, you are in the right place at the right time, and whatever you have embarked upon, you will put down roots, I think. I feel like some of you may even have moved or started something new, but you'll become established. We then have the King of Cups, followed by Judgment, followed by the Hermit, followed by the 7 of Cups, followed by the Empress. Yeah, I mean, the Empress is such a joyous card of fertility, abundance. There's a process to go through here. You're not going to be alone in this, interestingly enough. You know, the Hermit can very often indicate a guide or a mentor. With the King of Cups, I see you rising into a position of what I would call internal strength, emotional awareness, emotional resilience. And yeah, I think some of you are going to be stepping into a leadership position, but you won't lead with the card of Judgment. I feel this would be a leading by example. Helping people in a way to see things differently. Helping people to move away from material wealth to understanding the benefit of true spiritual health, of true spiritual wealth. I think it is highly likely that you will become a guide of some sort to people. And even now, as you are in this pivotal moment of transition, it's almost as though you're learning what this journey is like in real terms, where you are sitting with confusion in order to move to clarity, and that sort of swinging, in order to be able to guide people through that process on their own journey in some way. You know, we always say in the counselling world, I should also say here I'm mentioning counselling and psychotherapy, that was my mainstream career for a long time for anyone new to the channel. But you know, we always sort of say you can only take people as far as you've walked yourself. And I feel you are walking a journey of great, deep, real depth, a depth of unfolding that feels almost quite frightening, quite scary, like you're in the front line of things sometimes. Really questioning, as I said, what's real, what isn't, but you will be able to assist people in their journey, that's the service, to help people come through and navigate periods and points of confusion because you've been there and you know it. But this is quite a strong energy of whatever it is you're dealing with, but we have an affirmation that this is part of your soul's evolution. Whatever's going on, it's causing you to swing between can I or can't I or should I or am I, and but absolutely you are on the right path. There will come a point when you know that you're on track. I do believe you will be helped, whether this is by your own guides, your own angels, or by someone coming in to assist you, the Hermit and the King of Cups. And I think you will be very, very able, actually, to walk that pathway of service, because it's really why you came here. I also think with the Seven of Cups that your material needs will be met as well. I think there's a confirmation here, especially with the Empress. It's a card of abundance, of fruitfulness, of harvest. I think your material needs will be met whilst you fulfill your spiritual pathway and your soul's pathway, your soul's calling. And I think that's what we're being shown here, also as a confirmation for you not to worry. Money will arrive, the right resources, the right time. Everything will arrive as needed. So please don't feel concerned about that aspect of your pathway. Your material needs will be met, I believe. Pile 3, beautiful souls. Do check out Jocelyns presentation, which comes after this video, because it will hopefully really give you really give you insight and awareness into the way this energy is working. Please also do check out my all zodiac sign readings, which are now up and running on my other channel. I'll put the link below. If you want to watch Jocelyns full presentation and check in with the extra readings I'm doing there, I'm going to post that on Patreon and in the YouTube members area, which is also where I put my all zodiac sign extended readings. So if you do join those platforms, or you're on those platforms, that's where you get the extended readings for every sign as well. So you get to check out your moon sign, your rising sign, all of any aspects of your chart that you know, and of course you can cross-watch for people as well, for other people. What I see here, my beautiful pile 3, is that you really are at this turning point, your soul's journey of evolution. I would also add, just in case it has any relevance to you, my tarot course, which is a journey of soul evolution. Actually, I was shown clearly during the making of it. I mean, it's still in production, but during the actual making of it, that it was to mirror the evolution, the upgrade that we are each undergoing, within the course material. It is a journey of soul evolution within itself, teaching you to read the cards on all levels, to really understand your intuition, to channel. So do check that out. I will put links to anything and everything below, and also I will put a link to Jocelynn's website as well. So if anybody's interested in I mean, I don't know how much space she has for personal readings, but I know she still does them. She does do personal readings when you might have to get scheduled in. But if you're interested in any of these things, I'll put a link to her website as well. Beautiful souls, pile 3, tons of love. Thank you for liking, for sharing, for subscribing, and just for being here. Tons and tons of love, pile 3.
Hi everybody, Jocelyn Florence Astrologer, and welcome very much to my take on Neptune and Saturn's conjunction on the world axis. And I'm calling this one Dissolving Illusion That We May Dream a New Dream. Now, as Neptune sits on the world axis conjunct Lord Saturn, in harmonious aspect to both Pluto and Uranus, we enter a new beginning of the greatest magnitude humanity, certainly in recorded history, has ever seen. We stand now in 2025 at that very threshold. As Neptune moves between her lowest to her highest potential from 29 degrees of Pisces to 0 of Aries, a whole new comprehension is dawning. The question being, how do we tune into the higher and let go of the lower? Now, Lord Neptune is Lord of the Ocean, and he represents the veil. Consider yourself swimming in the vastness of the sea. Above the water, there's one truth, one world prevails. And yet simply by, going beneath the waves, we enter a completely different yet parallel reality with different creatures. It operates with different rules. Everything's a bit foggy and confusing, and things can be hard to grasp. A fleeting flash in the distance. This is a place of depth and illusion, where the old certainties no longer function and unknown realities prevail. Such is the energetic of a Neptune transit, which we're all experiencing rocks on at this time and for the next couple of years, as both Neptune and Saturn pass at this critical 29 degrees of Pisces and over the world axis, which is the absolute cardinal point of endings and new beginnings for the world and for us all. The significance and power of this transit really is impossible to overstate. This is bigger than 2020, with only one thing being certain, that after 2025 nothing will ever be the same again. So 2025 finds Neptune and Saturn kind of hovering between these 2 points, with finally making their decision. I think it's the 24th of January next year where they actually combine. So when they're at 29, when they're at 29 degree Pisces, we tend to feel stuck in the worst of the old systems, unable to find our way forward. And with their movement into Aries, which they both are right now, Saturn moved in on the 24th of May, we're able to more able to dive into the new with this incredible new opportunity for beginning, lasting until 2027. And beyond, with the outer planets involved. Now, Neptune and Saturn, they're opposites. Neptune is the planet of spirit, of ether, of dreams, and of magic. He rules Pisces, the old age, and everything intangible, where Saturn is actually the planet of solidity and structure. He rules both Capricorn and Aquarius, the new age. And he also rules everything that's concrete, solid, and reliable. So with both of these two at this incredible astrological turning point, the old structure, or perhaps only our delusions about the old structure, is about to be dissolved big time. And we can see that happening. So it's rather like, it reminds me, there have been times in my life when I've actually just been suddenly plunged into deep water and I'm become completely disorientated, and I don't know which way is up or down. And this is one such moment for humanity. The question being not so much how do we sink or swim, but how do we resurface and how do we find our way forward in this completely new version of reality when all our old structure, all the old reliable ways of understanding are simply dissolving before our eyes. And we begin to realize it was all just illusion and sleight of hand. So this can leave us feeling all at sea. So where do we find the positive potential? And this is really absolutely key to my love and respect for astrology, is its ability to help us negotiate life's ups and downs. Because contrary to what we were told, there is a map. And the most wonderful thing about that map is that even when we're uncertain and unsure about where we're going, it can still point us in the right energetic direction. Because every planet has a higher and a lower energetic. And when we understand what that positive higher one is, rather than feeling swamped, we can make conscious choices to encourage and expand on that positive potential. Now, the beauty and the power of Neptune is that enabling us for us to pierce the veil so that we can let go of the old delusions that no longer serve us and open our eyes to this broader, higher vision that he will bring in, a whole new potential version of the world. This is a moment then when what we previously perceived as either magic or illusion becomes science, and the whole new quantum universe just opens up before our eyes. This is the point at which we now stand. How do we integrate? How do we learn to swim in this alien environment? Neptune and Saturn. Now, they've been working their way through Pisces together. Initially, Neptune came through, opening up our spiritual awareness, and then Saturn came along, sort of grounding that awareness and giving us the tools for self-mastery. So we now have the toolbox, we have the tools. And to combine my very mixed metaphors, they may be armbands or a submarine, but we have the understanding that, number one, ether is real. It was one of the 5 elements we were told it didn't exist. It's now recognised as science and called the Higgs field. So as we release these old illusions, we open up our vision to new potentials. As we negotiate these new depths, we're pulled by these strong currents into as yet unexplored areas of life, which wouldn't have opened up to us had we not experienced the old loss. Neptune and Saturn on the world axis at this place of new beginnings for humanity and the world invites us all to step into this new quantum comprehension and take our power and recognize the light, energetic beings we truly are. We now understand that everything is energy and frequency, that we live in a quantum realm where the power of our minds, of our thoughts, and most importantly, of where we place our attention really matters. Was it a particle or a wave? Well, that depends on us and the power of our focus. Attention creates intention. Therefore, Neptune and Saturn questions on the world axis, questions you might be asking yourself are: where do I place my focus? How is my vibration today? And how do I transform my frequency? Because we're collectively perceiving the world in this whole new way. Our newfound Neptunian awareness is allowing us to pierce the veil, and we're exploring a whole new way of playing with energy, of flirting with frequency, of accessing and working with the energetic flows of life, the map of which is astrology. Key here is to consciously let go gracefully of old structures. They're going to dissolve whether we like it or not. Tuning into the higher aspects of Neptune will enable us to intuitively flow into the future we desire. Now, by old world thinking, this is, of course, entirely crazy. I was born in the 1960s as a very Neptunian individual, and my highly tuned emotional awareness and lack of boundaries left me lost, vulnerable, and all at sea. And I would listen to the stories of ancient tribal cultures where those aspects were perceived as gifts, and in my space of confusion, I would wonder how. How does this sensitivity add to our world? How does emotional awareness correspond to psychic awareness? How does intuition work? How do we function within an energetic universe rather than one based on this practical earth-based reality? Well, we're all about to find that out. Neptune's realm is that of the shaman, who has learned to comprehend and tread lightly through these energetic spirit realms, understanding the power of the unseen, feeling his pathway forward, trusting in his knowledge of the divine plan and his ability to tune into it. Neptune and Saturn on the world axis invites us all to become shaman. Now Aries is the leader, the warrior, and no doubt new spiritual leaders will emerge. But more importantly, Neptune and Saturn's fated meeting here is fine-tuning our ability to listen and lead from within. This is the moment when we're opening the potential to all become spiritual warriors. I'm reminded of one of my most profound memories, at a time and a place when I slipped unconsciously through the veil and drifted accidentally into this whole alternative perception of the world, a completely different state of consciousness. Utterly amazing. I was down in West Cork it's a magical little fairy dell, and a beautiful sunny day, and I just lay back on the ground, surrounded by absolutely nothing, by nature, and I just suddenly fell into perceiving the world as a symphony that I'd never managed to tune into before. I heard it completely differently. It was mind-blowingly incredible and beautiful as these experiences were. I'll try to do my best to describe it. So that the wind rustling in the trees was like a background rhythm. All the bees buzzing was like they provided the bass notes for the symphony. Each bird knew his moment to tweet and sing. It wasn't random. It was it organized, beautiful music that I'd never heard before. Where everything just knew instinctively how to work in time with each other. And everyone knew everything knew its own place within the harmony of the whole. A musical feast, a dance of life I'd never before perceived opened up before me. I mean, the utter beauty and magic of which words are just unable utterly to convey. And I believe that this is just a small part of this new/old way of perceiving and of living, because we too are part of this magical natural world. And this magical natural world is part of us. We too are a living, breathing part of this incredible symphony of life on this planet. We've simply forgotten how to hear the music. So we've been dancing out of step with our brothers and sisters. Neptune and Saturn transit here invites us all to relearn about ourselves, to explore our inner realms and remember how to work and perceive the energetic flow of life, which when you don't see it looks like magic, when the simple truth is that we've become disorientated and disconnected from source. And the very, very good news is that now is the moment wherein we are all individually and collectively invited to reconnect.